Well, hello, hello. How's it going? Great to see you. Happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're having a fabulous day filled with love. Um, and if it's not feeling that way right now, you can just pause and think of something you love. And there it is, right? Um, but I wanted to come on and chat with you today. It's been a full day for me. I was up early this morning and on a live Zoom launching the Women's Leadership Initiative from University of Delaware. They have asked me to come back as a facilitator for their Women's Leadership Certificate program. And so we launched our, I don't even know, spring session. I'm like, what time of year it is? Is it fall or spring? But the spring session of that. And so it happens first thing in the morning, East Coast time. And so that's really early in the morning here in Colorado, where I'm 2 hours behind. But so I'm all fired up and I'm like feeling like I'm getting near the end of my Friday. But before I take off for the long holiday weekend, I wanted to pop in and wish you a happy Valentine's Day and let you know that I love you. If no one else has told you today, I love you. And I pray for many blessings and much love in your life for you. And I've been thinking a lot about how I teach marketing. And so I'm having my tea. I already had my lunch. I know we're having a lunch chat today, but I really wanted to talk with you about a new way that I'm thinking and talking about marketing that I think could really, really help you. And I guess I should introduce myself first of all. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Kellogg Lueck, and I'm a marketing and entrepreneurship coach for women. And I really love helping women to embody their business value in a way that makes them excited to go out and communicate it to the world and attract new clients and new opportunities and revenue into their business. And so that's what I love the most in the world. And that's how I serve. And so with that, I wanted to just share with you, I sent out an email this morning, my Friday morning email. And if you're not on my email list, DM me your email and I'll put you on that list. And each Friday I send out an email talking about some things I've been thinking about and teaching. And I thought also I would come on live with you today and talk about it as well, because it's really, I don't know, can we say countercultural in terms of the traditional thinking and teaching around marketing? And I've always kind of been a rebel in that way, but I really wanted to share with you what I've been thinking about and how I am teaching marketing to my clients and teaching marketing going forward. And this is especially for those of us that feel like marketing is often overwhelming or confusing, or it feels heavy, or you feel like it's not working for you, or you're not sure what's working for you. And I know a lot of the women that I talk to just really we get up in our heads and overthinking and overanalyzing and feeling really intimidated. So I want to just break it down and make it super simple, because marketing can be simple and it also can be fun. And I'm going to share with you today how, and give you just a couple fun little things to, hi, Monique. Yay. Thanks for being here. A couple things today to just shift your perspective and to experiment with, right? So I'm going to continue this conversation. And so I'd love to hear how these ideas work for you and what comes up for you. And I'm going to share more of them. So my mission is to really teach you and show you how marketing can be simple, much more simple than a lot of us make it. and how it can be fun and actually bring in clients. And when your marketing starts creating the number and amount of clients that you want, and it's a little easier and more fun, it gets really easy to be more consistent too, because you see the results and it's not the heaviness that maybe it once was. And so that helps us to stay consistent too. So yeah, you know, if you feel like marketing is heavy or confusing, or maybe, you're juggling as entrepreneurs, solo and small team, with solo, if it's just us solo, or if we have, maybe even have a small team, we've got a million other things going on. We don't really want to be, we don't have time to waste on marketing and strategies that aren't working for us, right? And oftentimes we find ourselves trying to shoehorn ourselves into strategies and tactics that we think will work, but don't feel aligned with who we are, or maybe push us into ways that drain our energy and drain our confidence. And so when that happens, we end up avoiding marketing altogether. Has anyone ever been there? Give me a thumbs up. I have, right? So what's the solution? What do we do about it? Well, the first thing to do about it is to know that it doesn't have to be that way. There is hope. And so really the key to creating great marketing and it being successful and creating clients for you is that it isn't about chasing the latest trends or being in all the places. It's not about the tool. It's not about the strategy. It's about the energy that you bring to it. Because number one, all marketing works. That's our big idea today. So if you believed that all marketing works, what marketing would you be doing? Right? And we know we need to be connecting with people, creating relationships out there, showing up, right? But if you knew that all the things worked, what would you be doing? Because I want you to know all marketing works. And this is how we know, is that we know this because there's not only one way, right? Because we know for sure, we've all been out in the world. We know that people are successful using social media, using email marketing, using networking, using referral marketing, affiliate marketing, speaking, all the different things you can think of. You can find a person that or a half a dozen or more that are super successful using those strategies. So if it's not the one strategy, there's not only one way to get clients, then what is it? What does create clients? And what does make marketing fun and easy? And the answer is you. Where you bring your energy, your confidence, where you feel the most alive and where you want to show up in that energy, that becomes very attractive. And so whether you're showing up on social media or whether you're showing up on video or whether you're showing up in-person networking, it all works because of you and the energy that you bring to the strategy. Okay, great. That seems, maybe you're thinking, okay, well, I'm in that, tell me more. That sounds great, but how do I actually do that? So I want to just share with you a quick process. And obviously we're here live on social media. I'm not going to, it's not really the time or place to go into a full masterclass of it. But as always, I'm happy to meet with you privately and talk you through this and how it applies to you and your business. But I'm going to give you 3 things that I ask that you can experiment with this idea. Okay. So number 1 is identifying where you feel the most alive. And so where I see this come up is when I ask someone, ask a woman that comes on a consultation with me, for example, ask her, what kind of marketing have you been trying? How have you currently been marketing, and what have you been doing to get the word out? And she will say to me, she'll give me a whole list of things that she's tried. And then And then there's always the one or two things that she forgets to mention because they are so second nature to her that she doesn't even consider them like a marketing strategy, right? And so I know this is true for me. If you ask me, okay, what are all the ways you're marketing? I could list them all out, but I always forget to put networking on the list. Because it's just like so second nature for me. Like that's just what I do. I'm always talking to people, networking online, networking in person, and I run a networking group. And it's just so second nature to me that I don't think of it as that's where I feel the most alive, is interacting with people in person and face to face, or online. I do a lot of Zoom networking too, and I love that. So that's your step one. Where do you feel the most alive? Where do you love showing up? Where do you feel energized and connected to other people? Right? And so just think about that. It could only be one, two, maybe three things, and that's fine. Okay. And then number two is to stop doing what drains you. So if there are marketing strategies that you're practicing that have tons and tons and tons of steps that you have to, figure out technology and create this and schedule that and, funnel this and funnel that. If there's so much of that, that it's creating distance between you and that next client, I would ask you to consider just pausing that, right? Because because not every strategy is for you, and that's okay. You don't have to shoehorn yourself into marketing strategies thinking that that's the one thing that's going to open up the floodgates of clients, right? So, if it's draining your energy, if you feel like your self-concept or your confidence kind of shrinks, um, then that might be something to pause. Okay, I'm hearing now that the video is frozen, but you can hear my voice. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what's happening, but we're going to forge ahead, because at the end of the day, I can always repurpose this, which is a really great marketing strategy. I can repurpose this as a blog post. I mean, a blog post, a podcast episode. So we may be doing that. Okay, then step three is to make a point of doing more of what feels good. So think of those 3, 4, 1, 2 strategies that you feel the most alive, and really lean into those. And I ask, you can just experiment with this over the course of the next week, or two, or even the next 30 days, is just lean into those marketing strategies, those places you want to show up, where you feel the most alive, where you feel connected, where you feel like you are in your highest self-concept. You're like connecting with that future self, and try those out. Because when you focus on marketing that excites you, it shifts your energy, right? You show up in a completely different way, and your best fit clients will feel that. It will be attractive to them. They're going to want to learn more and hear more. So that's when your marketing stops feeling like a chore, because the more we can get you out of, the black hole of all the, whether it's technology that slows you down or whatever slows you down, think about, how can I remove that slowing down part and just keep that momentum and that energy up and do a lot of that thing. Now, does that mean marketing is always easy? No, it doesn't mean marketing is always easy. But when we are enjoying ourselves, when we're enjoying connecting with people, when we are focusing on strategies and activities that where we're in that environment where we feel that next higher, that next level version of ourselves, then we are going to enjoy that and want to do more of it. It becomes easier to be consistent because it's not such a slog, right? So I want to just encourage you to consider, stop trying to work against yourself and go with the flow, right? See if you can find that current, that flow that helps you and really almost pushes you or pulls you along and helps you create that connection with other people. So what happens when we do that? What happens is that, the result, I want you just to imagine how that will change your experience of your business, how that will change your experience of marketing, the more that you can spend time in that fun part. And so, I'll just share something that that I think about. So I love in-person networking. Like that's one place where, I just feel the most alive. So I do as much of that as I can. But the one part I don't like is, when I collect contact information or business cards or whatever, and then I have to come back and like put them in my database and send out email. Actually, I love the sending out emails part, but that often is a speed bump for me, is like getting all of the contact information into my email so that I can reach out to everybody, right? And so that is maybe the part that I need to address, where maybe it's through getting help, having someone help me with that, or can I use technology for that? And then you can deal with those little parts, right? But the overall going out and marketing feels great. I love it. That's one of the ways I like showing up. And so that's what I do. And so it's similar with being online like this and doing a video. Like I would much rather turn on this camera. And I know for a lot of people, it can be scary, and it's still scary for me, right? But I would much rather turn on the camera and chat with you like I'm chatting with you now than like sit down and try to write a blog post that includes all of these ideas. Like it just seems easier and more fun for me to turn on the camera and talk. And so that's what I do. Or turn on the microphone and talk and record a blog post. So that's blog post. Why do I keep saying blog post? A podcast episode, a blog post on my brain for some reason. So that's a couple of ways that I have made it easier for myself and set myself up for success, right? So I want to just encourage you to play with these ideas. Number one, identify where you feel the most alive, right? Just think about that. And it might be in ways that you're meeting people that you don't even consider it like hardcore marketing or hardcore connecting, but it's possible that's what it is. And then stop doing what drains you. Like really notice what happens with your energy. I'll give another example around this one. I was talking to my coach recently, and this was totally in my blind spot, but I was talking about how, about my energy and how it, kind of goes down in the morning. She's like, okay, well, talk to me about what exactly you do during that time of day. And so I told her, when I get up in the morning, I have my journaling, devotion, reading time. And that really always gets me fired up. And then, I'll make breakfast for my kids, which I love connecting with them. And then I'll come back and get ready and come back to my office. And then I sit down and I look at email before I go back to writing and posting and connecting. Right. And she's like, and how do you feel when you get into the email inbox? And I was like, well, it's just complete suck of energy. Like my energy just goes way down. And so she said, would you consider moving that to a different part of the day, like to the end of the day? Because if the morning time is when you have the highest energy, the highest productivity, then focus on doing only activities during that time of day that are highly valuable and that really light you up. And so it was totally in my blind spot. And so I've done that. I don't even keep my email inbox as I look right here is open, but I have moved that time of day where I look at email to the end of the day. And it's changed everything for me. I don't have that energy drain right at the beginning of the day. So you can think about that. Like, what are you doing throughout the day that drains you? And can we move that around? And then do more of what feels good and during more times of the day, right? And that really helps you to create that momentum, that marketing momentum. And it actually will also create that association in your body of marketing and high energy and high enjoyment, right? And so that will help you to be more consistent, number one. And number two, it's going to create more clients and opportunities for you. So, and you'll feel better and have much more fun. So just entertain those, consider those ideas and experiment with them and see how it goes. And I would love to hear. And also, if there's any support I can offer you, if you're ready to create a marketing plan, an entire marketing plan around this idea that all marketing works and you get to do the marketing that you most want and where you want to take your energy. And if I can support you in that, I would love to. And I'd love to invite you to come on a free session with me where we can, a free marketing consultation where we can assess what you've been doing, what's working, really look at what is actually working and why, and see how we can really lean into those things and to really help you achieve your goals. And I will create a roadmap for you of how you go from where you are now to that big goal that you have and all the steps in your marketing to get there. So before I go, I would love to know in the comments if you're watching this on replay or with me now, what's a marketing activity that lights you up? I would love to hear. And follow along with me this week as I continue to explore this idea. But all the marketing works, okay? And I want you just to know that and remember that and experiment with those ideas. All right. Well, I hope you have a fabulous Friday and a wonderful Valentine's Day. And again, in case no one else has told you today, I love you and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'll see you again soon. Bye.